Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying? Good morning, Tater. Good morning, Mr. Halsey. Hi, Ocean Tide. Good morning. Waiting to hear if you guys can hear me because it said mic muted, but that's because the computer is muted, not the phone. Hi, Brad. How are you? Hi, Jarella. Thank you, Jarella. I'm going to get the sauerkraut started because it takes like an hour to make. We're gonna do some cakes and fun stuff. But I have to get some of this stuff. I have to go on with some of this stuff that takes a little bit longer. How is everybody this Easter morning? I mean, well, Easter Saturday. Okay. I can't find my brown sauerkraut, so I'm like, really? It's not cool. All right. This is how my family makes our sauerkraut. Dump it in the pot. That might be a lot of sauerkraut for this weekend. I got the bigger cans because I'm like, well, I like sauerkraut. It's good. There's no carbs in it. And you can make sauerkraut two ways. You can make it this way, which I will only make. Get the trash out. We got a lot to go. Or you can make sweet sauerkraut, which my grandmother used to do. She used to put like apples and stuff like that in there and like cinnamon. I can't do sweet sauerkraut. It's Sarah for a reason. All right. So you get it in your pot and you fill it with water. You got to put it over, like make sure the water goes over because it's got to boil for like an hour. So you see, like it's over top. It floats and stuff like that. So as long as you have enough water in there, it's gonna make it more tender. That's the way I do it. How is everyone? I gotta get. Where's my coffee? Oh, it's here. I didn't even put the lid on. We went story time. Mix that up. Like my little spoon. It's got a little paw on there. Thursday, I, well, Thursday the office is closed, so there's no big deal. I thought I was going to have to leave like a little bit early. So I had already planned that. And then Mr. Kazi was like, hey, my computer, because he started work from home on Monday. And his computer didn't work Monday. And they said they put a ticket in. And then they were like, well, just whatever, hang out. So Tuesday, same thing, all day work. Like his work computer did not work. So they wanted him to come in, and I took off Thursday to take him down to his job because it's like over an hour away. We go in to his job to update the computer. And he gets in there, and I'm like, it's probably going to be like an hour, 2 hours, whatever. I got snacks for the car. I had, YouTube and stuff like that. So he's gone and he's like up, he's like keeping me posted on like, what's going on and stuff like that. It took 5 hours to update his computer. I was like, "Holy smokes." We got there, it was like 11:40 or something like that. He didn't freaking come out until damn near, well, it was like damn near 5 o'clock. Who woke you up this morning? Mary woke you up way too early? Oh. All right, we got the sauerkraut going. So we did that, and then of course he didn't, like, none of us were prepared. So he was like, "I'm starving." I said, "I guess so. Let me get this out of my way because it's kind of driving me a little bit bonkers." Okay, good. I can take that off. So we'd well, Jarrell, that's funny because on the corner, like where, he works, the corner had it's like a gas station. It's a newer gas station. So I went in there to use the restroom and I feel weird. So I had to buy like something else. And they had my Quest chips that are really good. They're like protein chips. They really do. Let me show you a bag. Quest. They're protein chips. They're 150 calories for the bag, but I want my crunchies. Um, there's zero fat in them. There's 10 milligrams of cholesterol. Sodium is very high. Carbohydrates 5 grams, fiber 1, total sugars 1, zero added sugars, and 18 grams of protein in like a bag of chips. So these suckers are expensive. They're almost $4 for this little bag. So I don't get them that often. So the story of that is that I went to this gas station and they had them for cheaper. So I was like, all right, let me, they had them in the spot that's at $1.69. So I was like, I'm gonna get 4 bags. That's like buying one in Jersey, right? So I got up there and he's like, they're three, whatever, 3.29, something like that. I was like, well, they're in $1.69. And he said, they're wrong. I said, I didn't think they were $1.69. I wasn't going to give the guy a hard time because I don't want to be that person. So I was like, okay, I'll take 2 bags. I'm not going to buy all 4 because they're still a little bit cheaper than in Jersey. And he just like, he was laughing. I think he was appreciative that like I wasn't like a Karen and like, really did my, like told him that I was going to, only pay for them. They were $1.69. So then I go back to the lot and I'm waiting. Like, I gotta get it ahead for me. So there was a Dunkin' Donuts. So I go in the Dunkin'. And now I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? So I had to get like a little drink there. Can I use your bathroom? Yeah. So I'm like, I hope he comes out again because I don't want to keep buying to use something, somebody's freaking bathroom. I just feel weird. I mean, you can't just go in and use the bathroom, but I just feel weird. All right. So we got the sauerkraut going. The oven. Okay. I didn't hear it beep. I preheated it, so I didn't hear it beep. And I'm like, is it working? Because it's a holiday. That's when things break down on you. Hi, Nico. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Easter Saturday. Um, so yeah, that was Thursday, which cracked me up. I was just like, I knew I would be there for a while. I just didn't think I was going to be there that long, but it is what it is. So he's telling me he's started, and I was going through, I like cleaned out the back of the car. I was going through everything. I went through my handbag. Um, and then I found like gift cards. One was like to Outback Steak, another was to like Cracker Barrel. We have like Cheesecake Factory. So I said, we'll just go to Outback. It's literally around the corner and you're hungry. So let's just go there. So we went to Outback. Um, oh my gosh, you guys. I didn't put the sauerkraut on. I put the pan with the bacon in it. Ah, holy shit, that was almost a nightmare. Look, the package is hot. The bacon's not, but the package is warm. Oh my word. We need the bacon for the potato salad. Liz, good morning. So this was cooking. I'm glad I looked over there and saw that. Jesus Christ. Sunnyside, good morning. I'm hopping on by to wish you a happy Easter. Well, happy Easter to you too. All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to cut this open. This is for the potato salad. I cooked my potatoes already. I peeled them last night and cooked them. I don't think anybody wants to like watch somebody peel potatoes and all that jazz. So there's that. All right, this goes up here. I have a trash bag. I can't believe I almost cooked the whole package of plastic. All right, so TBH, I'm going to cut this part off and get rid of this because that's part of the package that was gross. And that's the bits I need. So for my potato salad, I use I put bacon in it. So because I'm not going to slice them, wait for it to cool down, and then break it. I just cut it up into like size pieces that I need, so that it just bakes as bacon crumbles. Forget all that nonsense. Anyway, so while I was in the car, Aren't You Exhausted was on. So I was occupied for 2.5 hours, and then I was just in between listening to. It was funny because I'd opened the door and the it was going through the Bluetooth. So I'd open the door and you could hear like what I was listening to. And some people walked by and I'm like, they're probably like, this girl, who is she and why is she listening to what she's listening to? Because AI, actually has like a personality. Um, Whatevs. Let me live my life. I'm waiting. So, but we went to get our taxes Thursday. That's why I took off, because we were going to go get our taxes. I had to sign for it. And then we have like the Amish market here, and that's where I get my kibasi. So I was like, well, I don't know if it's open on Thursday because their place, they're only open Friday and Saturday. So he's like, well, we'll just go over. If they're closed, they're closed. If not, then you got your kibasi. So we went there. It was open, but they didn't have kibasi. He's like, I forgot to order it. I said, you're in a town where almost every household has kibasi for Easter. How do you not have your kibasi? So I placed an order, and Mr. Kazi went this morning to pick up my kibasi. So I have it for Easter. Go Flyers, followed them for years. I go back to Jimmy Watson being, oh, Mr. Kazi is definitely, that's one of his things. He wants to go to a Flyers parade. What is what, Sunnyside? I just cut up bacon. I'm making bacon for my potato salad. My potato salad's already, like, the potatoes are already cooked. I did that, like, while I was getting prepared here. So now we're going to cook the bacon. I'll just get this out of the way because the potato salad's got to cool before I put the mayonnaise in it. Can't believe I did that. Now I'm going to cook this until it's like burnt, kind of. I don't want like, you know, plastic bacon in my potato salad. And then we're going to make a Jewish apple cake. I'm going to make raspberry curd, homemade raspberry curd, and I might do the parfaits for my brother and my husband who requested. He requested the apple cake and coconut parfait. Daphne's going to get a workout today. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning. You have no plans for Easter? Oh, she's going on vacation? Kabasi. Kabasi is like a sausage. It's a Polish sausage. Hey, darling. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's really good. Kabasi and the sauerkraut. So normally I have company today. The whole family will come over on Easter Saturday because a very important part of the family cannot do Easter Sunday because she's in church. I've told you guys before. My husband's aunt is a nun, so she's in the church. On Sunday during Easter. So we do it Saturday so she could be involved in our holiday. Um, but with Mr. Kazi and everything like that, I said no. We can't. I didn't even decorate my house this year for Easter, which is it's like a complete bummer. I decorate with you guys at Christmas. It's Christmas is kind of like a pain in the butt, but after you get it done, you're like, oh, it looks nice, and it's fa la 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 until the holiday. But Easter's like my favorite. I love my Easter decorations. I love decorating, getting everything together. But like he wasn't able to help get me. I could get the stuff out of the. I could get it out of the storage and do all that, but I was like, you know what? We got bigger things to worry about this year. Let's just. I didn't even think I was going to have the dinner. So once we decided that we were going to get all the ingredients and stuff like that for my Easter menu, I asked my brother if he wanted to come over. So it's just going to be me, my brother, and my husband. I got like the free ham. Do your stores do that? If you spend a certain amount of money within a certain amount of time, you get like a free turkey or ham. Because that's what we do. But you can only get like the smoke, like the not. I don't eat ham, but I hear that it's not that great. Um, that ham is free, or like a turkey breast is free. If you got like butterball turkey, you have to pay like $1 a pound for that. And then I got the Cook's spiral ham. I had to pay like $1.49 a pound. I was like, this is a racket, man. This is not free. All right, this is starting to look like it's going to be. This cooks fast. Don't gasp when you see what I do. I do red potatoes for my potato salad. I cut them pretty big chunks, but once you start mixing everything together, ah, okay, that turned. They kind of break down and all that stuff. So, all right. Jarella, I saw what your comment was in Discord when I was putting the live in there. And yeah, I mean, it's not great, but I haven't heard too much about it, like being that detrimental. All right, so the bacon is kind of like, can you see? The bacon's kind of burnt, right? The whole thing. Grease and everything. So it looks like really burnt and like, I really messed everything up. but I didn't. I promise. It'll all be nice and good because the minute mayonnaise and all that stuff will that's hot. Will make it like soften. My kitchen is smoking. You know what I want to do? Hold on. I have to bounce back over here. I purposely did this. I kept it up. I have to give the memberships. Here come 5. You got it. Hi, Ozzy. Wandering Scorpio, Lilith, Sunnyside, Scammy Scamberton. It's only Melly. Welcome. Use your emojis. All right, here, go find more. Take that, Rosie. Palettes, Kayla, Dawn, Be Kind, 00. Okay, we haven't seen them before. But I forgot it's a new month and I can do it. I don't remember if I did it last year because that's jerky. Okay, so the sauerkraut's going. Potato salad, all that stuff is gone for that'll cool down. This is we don't need this anymore. Hold on. All that stuff you got to get down. I think I'm going to make the raspberry turd now. And then we'll mix together the cake. Because TBH, I don't feel like peeling the apples and pears. I mean, I'll do it, but, I just don't feel like doing it right now. Where's this? You guys know, I have like everything is so tiny in here. I have to get rid of, well, my OCD too. Like, you guys move and groove and get rid of this stuff so that you're not overwhelmed with dishes after you make everything. Because once I make everything, I got to pack it all up so that I can just pull it out tomorrow. And that's how and I can't believe I was cooking the package of bacon. Ay, ay, ay. This stove gets me all confused. Okay. So now let's do the lemon curd. Um, Cooking bacon potatoes. Well, that's done. I put hard boiled eggs in it. I gotta cut the onion, but I'm gonna wait for the potato and the bacon to cool down before I put all that stuff in. Stephanie, 13 months. Inspection on the house Tuesday. Oh, good luck with that. Nervous, excited. Yeah. Yeah, beat. What does Nikki say? Don't be a victim of top chat. Make sure you're on all chat. All right. Raspberry curd time. Pause where I gotta get my little book. This is like a real silky curd. I'm making it because we have like a big meeting at work on Monday. So I'm gonna make them lemon 25 months. Time flies. Um, so we have like a big meeting on Monday, and we've just been like understaffed and overworked. So I'm making the curd now to motivate me to make them lemon cupcakes. So I do lemon cupcakes with lemon buttercream, and then I fill it with raspberry curd. So that's what why I'm making the curd. It'll motivate me. It'll motivate me. Rinse my raspberries. I get the two packs of the raspberries, makes a pretty decent amount. And then like I won't use all of the raspberry curd, so I usually like will you can put it on like French toast. You can put it on anything that you want actually. You can just eat it. It's so good. 25 months has been a long time. Tater I think is like one month ahead or something like that. And canine and Tater were they were all with me when I was with that nut over there in Texas. Okay, so this is one stick of butter that you melt. Let's put the real burner on here, girl. Doesn't matter how pretty it is. It's getting melted. No, I want you to go this way. And is this a pint? How much is a pint? I use this all the time. I use those two little containers all the time. So it is what it is. Turns out good. Everybody loves it. All right, so this is going to melt. It calls for a lot of eggs though, so it's a lot of eggs because it's real silky. It's seedless. You got to like strain it. That's the part that gets on my nerves. Good morning, everyone, you lurkers. Happy Saturday before Easter, Caturday. Bring your coffee, chill. Right, Tater? The memories. And she's still over there arguing. She keeps going back and forth. Well, I might like this one now, and then I might not like that one. And it's just, ay, ay, ay. Uh, let's not waste anything. Let me turn them off for a minute. Forgot I gotta get this. We need 5 egg yolks. Did you see that video where like you could like use a bottle, like a Coke bottle, to like suck the egg yolk out? Like who the hell has time for that? And since we're on this protein kick and I gotta make Mr. Kazi his breakfast sandwiches, I will keep the egg yolks or the egg whites and just put them in with the scrambled eggs when I make them. Ooh. I did. Oh, holy crap! These are slippery, slimy suckers. Come on. It's a 4. These will get away from you for sure. All right. This is lightly beaten. I'm putting this over here. Don't let me forget to put the egg whites in the scrambled eggs. We ain't wasting nothing, especially with the economy the way it is right now. So this is 5 egg yolks. Let's turn you back on and put the raspberries in. Yeah, I don't know. Some parts of me, I'm like, some parts of me think like, do I want to make these? I'm just so annoyed at work. It's not funny. But then I can't like be mad and not be nice. We signed up to use this program at work where you use like their text messaging system, and then I can like submit like new patient paperwork so you could fill it out online, which is so much easier and is very like cost effective as far as toner and paper. So we got we got set up, and they're doing the test run on Thursday or whenever it is. So they sent us $150 gift card to Starbucks. I said, well, all right. So I'm going to use that for the meeting. And I feel like I'm scrunching down, but then you're in my spice cabinet. You already know where you are. So then I'm like, well, okay, I'll use that. Here's my masher and mash your berries. So if I get coffee, then I'm like, all right, I'll bring cupcakes in, whatever. Just mash the fruit down, pulverize it. I'll need sugar. I need the sugar. All this stuff, and I won't eat it. I used to eat it, but I won't now. Let me get my. I don't know where my half a cup thing went. Quarter cup, I meant to say. Here it is. I'll use this one. Five-minute hacks and nail art goods. Okay. So my raspberries are kind of bubbly. So 3/4 cup sugar. This isn't like raspberry preserves where it's like real thick. This is like a silky texture. So it's a little bit runny, which is kind of a pain in the butt to fill cupcakes with, but it still comes out very good. Okay? I promise. That's I promise. So I'm going to dissolve the sugar and then throw the. Actually, I'll do the lemon juice next, and then we'll put the eggs in. Calls for a pinch salt. Well, that's info. Don't be deceived by anybody, people, because sugar and salt look alike, so you never know who you're going to encounter. I've been a raving lunatic the past day and a half. Keep asking the Lord to fill me with joy because Lord knows. Just people are like, they're so rude, and I don't know if it's because it's the holidays and then it's rubbing off on me, but like everybody is just so rude. And why does everybody have a toothache when it's a holiday? Like, why are you calling me? You had a toothache all day, but you're calling me at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you need to be seen. Like, what is that? Call if you have a toothache on a Friday. Call in the first thing in the morning, please. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, we need 2 to 3 teaspoons of lemon juice, which is probably this. Aren't you glad that I'm not making the tzatziki and the burgers? We just have things that take a while to. I'm eyeballing this. Mr. Kazi had to go pick up the meat today. And then he's like, he texts me, is he like, do you want anything from Starbucks? And it's funny because I have the card, but I don't usually get anything from Starbucks. I rarely go. Like in the summer, I'll go and I'll get the pink drink if I'm going to head down by the pool. You know, that pool that cost me $500 a month to utilize? That and pick up trash. Oh, Jersey, thank you so much. I know. I talk to every morning. I talk to the Lord, but it's just, it really made me mad because it was Good Friday yesterday, and I just kept thinking like, what Good Friday means. All right, so we have the stick of butter, the raspberries, 5 yolks, which is going in now, 3/4 sugar, a pinch of salt, and then we did that. So now we add the eggs. But yeah, like I was just like thinking what it represents. And here I am bitching about stupid stuff when our faith tells us that like Jesus was brutalized and crucified. Like get it together, Kim. I was cursing and everything yesterday. And I try not to curse. But I do. Got to keep an eye on this because I don't want it to become like eggs. You know what I mean? But it's got that color to it that I'm looking for. Again, this is going to be real runny. It's kind of like, I don't know, like a syrup. It will thicken as it cools, but come on. I have to go back to, I don't want to, oh, I am on StreamYards. You have trouble cooking with eggs? Good morning, Granny. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. We're doing Easter prep and coffee. Showing you guys a little bit of my holiday stuff. Ocean, you're back. You missed the eggs. You missed the egg portion of the curd. You did? This smells really good. All right, it's almost ready. Again, this is a thin. Oh. Oh. I need a new mesh. So you strain this out because you're going to strain all of the seeds out. There's like probably 4,000 seeds in raspberries. It's kind of like a syrup, so don't think I'm messing up here. you just mash all the seeds up. Glad you missed the eggs. There's a lot. There's more eggs to come. I did um I did color my eggs last night. I had to boil, like, you hard boil the eggs, and if you have kids and they're into like the dyeing of the eggs, I don't know if I just came up with this trick and I'm a genius, or if I'm like just new to the game. Because I don't have kids, so I wouldn't know. Um, when you're done boiling your eggs, dip your mugs in that. Well, when you pull the eggs out, pour the vinegar in that water, and then put your eggs in, like your cups. I use mugs in there. Put your dye in, and there you don't have to wait for more water to boil. I was always waiting for more water to boil. So I came up with that, and I was like, oh, look at me. I'm such a genius. But, I just learned how to do my oats properly. I want that burner off. So you get out all the seeds and all of the, stuff that you don't want. You know what I mean? I guess, the gook. There's a little bit of egg that gets in there, so. All right. It might be a little too thin. That might be a little too thin. I don't know. We might have to put some cornstarch in it. You're dyeing eggs today. I know. I just like having them on the table, just for the color and stuff like that. The boys eat the eggs, so they're not going to waste. But then after I took the eggs out, I'm like, I made 2 freaking purple eggs and I didn't make an orange one. First world problems. Shit. So is everybody prepared for tomorrow? What are you making? What are you eating? Like, what are some of your... We're kibasi sauerkraut potato salad. Oh, I was telling you when we decided that, we were going to at least have the menu. And I called my brother, and because he talks to my mom more than I do. I don't, like, we're not fighting or anything like that, but my mom just doesn't talk to me. Like, she literally doesn't talk to me. I text her for her birthday, and that was in February. And she just said thank you. So I'm like, okay, what else? So I told my brother, I was like, ask her to, make macaroni salad, because her macaroni salad, how like somebody has a dish and you just want their dish. So I told him. So then she texted me yesterday and she's like, I'm going to make the macaroni salad and I'll drop it off on Saturday. I was like, okay, thank you. Because we sent out a text telling everybody we're not hosting this year. And I was like, yeah, I just decided that we're just going to have the dinner and it's just going to be us. And, it's difficult. She's like, no, I totally understand. Like, okay. Happy Easter. Okay. Make sure you scrape under your mesher, because then you're going to miss all the goods. Now, I could just be lazy. This is the best, the polymer all fruit, like, preserves. It's raspberry and it's seedless. But I could be lazy, but I'm not. I'm going to give everybody the homemade stuff. All right. So this might be a little too thin for me. But see how like silky it is? I think I might put some cornstarch in here. Hold the water. Just do like a quick little slurry, but I got to get the seeds out of the pan. How about Ozzy the other day telling us how to serve how to save chocolate after it seizes up? I was like, what the hell? You know how much chocolate I've thrown out because it seized? I've thrown out like a Wonka factory over my lifetime. It was really fun watching because I'm like, oh, me and my grandmother used to sit at the table. She would have like one of those table grills, like, and it was like a thick, like a griddle, I guess you could say, but it was like deep, maybe like 2 inches deep or maybe like an inch, whatever. And she would put water in the bottom of that, and we would put all the little candy melts in there, and then we had molds and we had paintbrushes, and we would sit there and paint like the Christmas and Easter candies. It was so much fun. It was fun. Yeah, this is a little too runny. I don't know what the hell happened. All right, let's do that, and then let me make a slurry. What's that there for? Ooh, you prepped everything yesterday: coleslaw, deviled eggs, black beans, and the ribs are ready to grill. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds real good. She's bringing me coleslaw too, because I'm a jerk and I don't eat a certain coleslaw. So she's bringing me some coleslaw. Breakfast, fried kibasi, hard boiled, fresh eggs, dinner, glazed ham, pineapple with cherries, glazed carrots, sweet potatoes, asparagus, and homemade rice pudding. Ooh, candy. I know she did. Ocean, they were really cute. Well, they're not ostrich eggs, they're snake eggs. If you were paying attention to her community post, she went and Googled it, and sure enough, they're snake eggs. I cracked up. They were like really cute though. I mean, I never see. I don't have food gel. I don't have food coloring gel, and I would have never thought to like splatter them with the. Let's face it, mine wouldn't have turned out like that, and there wouldn't have been that many there. So there's that. I don't know why this is so runny. It's not supposed to be that runny. It called for 5 eggs. Damn it! Lord have mercy. That was actually funny though. All right, the sauerkraut is bubbling, so I just mix it up a little bit. This is like the reason I boil it is so that it can tenderize and it can get most of that brine taste out. It'll still taste like coleslaw, I mean sauerkraut, but it doesn't have so much of a bite to it. It kind of it takes it out. It boiling it takes the bite out of all the brine that it sits in. Can we please? Are we going to cooperate? All right, just a little slur. This smells so good. right, let's not be doing that on the bottom, please. Let's play nice. This is for work. Again, this is it'll like get thicker as it cools off too. But that was just way too thin for my liking. I'm the one that has to put it in the cupcake, so there ain't no way. All right, now it's starting to get a little. Now it's starting to thicken up. Now that's. I have to pay attention to this because I definitely don't want it to be like a big lump. Because then we'll have to call in Ozzy. How do I get this done? All right. So see, it's like a little bit thicker, and it'll thicken as it cools off, and then I'll be able to like poke the cupcakes and fill them with this. So there you have curd. I've made lemon curd before too, and that was really good. That was really good. So there you go. That's the curd. Sit there. All right, we got to get rid of this raspberry stuff. I don't know why it. All right, there you go. I don't know why it didn't thicken when I made it the first time. Like when we. That's never been that runny. It's the same recipe. I didn't do anything to it. Maybe the berries were just extra juicy. I don't know. Yeah, babe, you got to see what she made the other day. I was like, geez, oh man. Ozzy's legit. She should have like a little. She should have her own little storefront. Everything looks like professional. You know, looks like professional. I like to call myself rustic, like homemade, because it doesn't look professional. I mean, I'm okay with the cupcake stuff, but I would have just put balls on the. I wouldn't have thought to shape them into like little. She said ostrich eggs, but I wouldn't have thought to do that. I'd have been like, you guys are just getting peanut butter balls. But I have been trying to find a recipe that I could use. I'd have to get all natural peanut butter. I couldn't just use like we use Skippy natural uh peanut butter, which I mean it's great. But for what I want to do, I need to find a recipe for protein peanut butter balls. Because again, friggin' Quest, the brand has peanut butter cups that are healthier than Reese peanut butter cups, and they're better chocolate. They're legit, really good chocolate. It's not like sugary chocolate. It's like real. It's nice and creamy, and just the texture and taste is so much better than Reese. All right, gotta clean the raspberries out here. Use you for the sauerkraut. Get my little catfish. Away. Now Daphne's going to come out. We're going to do. See, look at it's almost like a cup of seeds. Just seeds. That's a lot. I can't stand like I love raspberry tasting stuff, but I can't drink. I can't eat just raw raspberries because of the seeds. I can't do it. I can't do it. But I'll tear up some raspberry, I will. Get this all done and cleared out of the way so we can get the bacon on. Mr. Kazi, because I went shopping last night, he goes, we knew we had to go pick up because I had to order the kibasi. And we knew like we had to, he was going to go pick up here's one egg. I'm going to need more for the cake. We don't need lemons right now. I knew that we would, let me just, he had to go pick up the kibasi and he's like, did you forget anything? And I was like, of course. And it's always the most random things that you forget. I forgot to get lemons. And I need lemons in a lot of this, a few of the things that I'm making. I'm like, especially lemon cupcakes. Like, how do you make lemon cupcakes without lemon? Dumbass. The store was a little crazy yesterday, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. The people in there that were there were just, I don't understand people sometimes. They're eggs. Like, I know we have to check them to make sure that they're not broken, but why are we hovering over the egg section and like having conversations? Go in front of the pack, the bottled water where people are not like really, it's not a high traffic area. Eggs are at Easter time. Whatever. And then the poor guy's trying to pack them because they're running out. Whatevs. All right. Oh yeah, that's coming along nicely. I stir it every once in a while so it doesn't get that skin on top. But pour that on pancakes and all of your French toast. Anything. Anything you like heard of. Put this over here. That's done. So's this tail. Okay. Thank you, Tater. Bye, Granny. Happy Easter. Have a good one. Thank you for coming by. How long have we been on? We've been on about an hour. So this is almost ready to come out of the water. And then what I do with I don't know, it's like I'm gonna do the cake, with the sauerkraut. I cut up onions, like dice onions. I saute them until they're whatever cooked, and then I put them in the sauerkraut and I saute the sauerkraut on a pan. And if it's like sometimes I have to put a little bit of flour in there if it's too wet and loose. Other times it's just ready to go, and I'll like I'll throw it in the crock pot and heat up for tomorrow. That's kind of like one of those dishes you can just like throw in the crock pot and walk away from. Okay. I'm going to turn that off so I don't forget. Now, oh, what the frig? Let's see if we have anything. I'm glad I have an apple in there. Damn. I bought a bruised apple. Well, that sucks. I can cut it off for Mr. Kazi, but. All right, so here's my trick. Jewish apple cake. I'm probably going to do one green, one red, and 2 pears. I always do the pears because they break down and they make the batter even, I was going to say moister, but even more moist. I like putting pears in mine, and they have to be brown pears. No making Jewish apple cake. Oh, you meant now? And it's a real thick batter, like real thick. I gotta get my pecans before I forget. And the recipe that I used is like it was telling me, well, it takes about 45 minutes to bake. No, it takes about 70. I check it at 50 and then I go from there. But it's usually always like 70 minutes. So we'll get that moving. Get this one prepped because just in case I gotta eyeball it. So this one's going over here because it's bruised. Okay. Oh, there's the label. Oh, the store didn't have like a lot of what I needed yesterday. I got, I like cheated. I use red potatoes in my potato salad. They only had the little guys. They didn't have like a bag of them. I'm like, why do we not have? Where is my peeler? Where's my? Oh, good here. I should actually hold on. We're gonna get the batter together first. That's what we're gonna do because I don't want my apples to turn real brown. Okay. Bowl. Haha, you're not fooling me, Burner. All right, we gotta get Daphne. Hold on, just one sec. I'm like sweating. It's hot in here. Put this over here. Come on, Daphne. Come on. I always have a hard time plugging her in too. Oh, there she goes. I don't like to keep appliances plugged in. So, rinse. She hasn't been used in a while. We just give her a little rinse out. Ozzy, I'm very happy to hear that you named your stand mixer because it's important to have a name. Kimmy, did you and your family? My one grandmother would put caraway in it. I literally loathe caraway. So no, I don't put caraway in mine, but my one grandmother does. Well, did. She's no longer here. Do you guys remember when I broke the original KitchenAid bowl and I had to replace it? It said that it was KitchenAid. Just FYI, it said that it was KitchenAid compatible. This bowl is not compatible. It's not at all. I don't like it, but it's all that I have. I'm like really sweaty. If I have a closed-in kitchen, it's hot in here. Well, sends her regards. I love my Daphne. She you can't tell on camera, but she's got sparkles. I was spoiled. And I said if I'm getting one, it was a gift from like three different people because let's face it, they're freaking expensive. So I said if you're going to buy me one, can I get the one with the glitter in it, please? So she's got like the paint is glittery. Cuz I had to have it. All right. Where's my book? Where's my recipes? Here we go. All right, so we need oil. This cake calls for oil, not butter and all of that. Yeah, I might have to because there is a pet in here. I have the fan on. I have no one. It wasn't going to kick on. The air wasn't going to kick on until it reached 70. Yeah, well, our house isn't at 70. It's always at 60. Um, so this calls for oil and applesauce is what it calls for. So, oh, my book's there. So I got half a cup of applesauce. So half a cup of oil. Half a cup of oil. What am I using? Vegetable oil. And then I need 2 eggs that I don't have. Oh, I just need one. I just need the one. Ugh. I mean, I appreciate the fact that they rubber band everything for, but I don't touch rubber bands. The rubber band your fruit and your eggs so that, if they fall, they have like some sort of security. But I don't touch rubber bands, man. And why are we making that many? Good call on the air AC because I thought it was already down to where we usually have it. So let's get you. Okay, are we not? Come on. It's not your first rodeo. See how it like moves? I don't like it. I don't like it. 3/4 cup sugar. There's my sugar. So I'm just going to beat all of this together. And I know I'm supposed to add the eggs one at a time, but this is how I do. We're going to need brown sugar as well, but I'm going to mix all of this and then we'll... Ozzy's probably clutching pearls. That like loud for you guys. What are we doing? See, it moves. And then once I get this batter in here, because it's that thick, I'm going to have to sit on the damn thing. Babe, I'm going to put it up. Hi, Lazy. How are you? You don't have to put this stuff in the... I'm going to put it on the community post. Thank you. He's up there watching. Are you taking notes so that you can make it next time? Half a cup of brown sugar. Do you guys have one of these things? A clay? Can you see it? I am very bad at this. A clay bar for your brown sugar to keep it soft. I bought the hype. Not even a little bit. Eggs and sugar can be mixed. So it's packed brown sugar. Half cup. We're family. So we'll get the wet piece together. Your hubby has my back. He does. He always has my back. He always has my back. But I'm going to have like 1,000 ingredients for this cake, and I feel bad. Keeps everybody updated. He's the co-pilot here because I'm down here doing this. We're going to get back to our regularly scheduled bedroom coffee talks just so that but like I said last week, this really helps my day move faster because with him being, with him being like not able, he's getting better. Like he took himself to the Dutch wagon today, so he can drive short distances, which is great. Not just because I don't have to do stuff anymore, but because it's like helping him like move around and get out of the house and that sort of thing. So I'm excited about that for him, but I wasn't able to like I've decided like I decided a few weeks ago I was doing all my prep on Sundays. Like I would just like do self-care Saturdays, which is extremely important. So tonight I will do my self-care because I don't have a bedtime tonight. But I was just kind of focusing on that on Saturdays, and then I would have to do all of my prep and running around. And I'm like, no, I need a day of rest. So Saturdays, sort of wash in, come down, do this, prep everything, get him taken care of, and then I can take care of myself. It's just so much easier. And then Sunday, I literally can take naps, I can lay around. And once he's back on his feet, we're going to be going back to church on Sundays. So, it's just it's good. I have a little chunk of bread in my bread. Yeah, I had and then I had an apple in there too. Like an apple core, that worked for a while. I thought, well, that's going to be gross. So let's just try this out. But I did. I put a piece of apple in it and it's in an airtight container. I didn't get no mice. No mice are shitting on my pants. Take that. But yeah, I got that little clay bar. It's like $1.99 on Amazon. One of those extras to throw in your cart. The cats are out. Yeah, the cats are out in the bedroom. Well, after their fat asses eat, they do take naps. Hardly kind of quit her job. There, she was over it. All right, so we need 2 cups of flour. I'm going to use this, so I might as well not try and stick my hand in the bowl and just. Where did I put the? Didn't I just have the scissors? Oh. Let's stick my hand in a big bag of flour when I know I'm going to use it. Hopefully, I have 2 bags or 2 cups of flour in here. Again, this is going to be a really thick cake. That's a 1. Two. And I still have some of it. There. Hi, Jenny. How are you? I'm making a Jewish apple cake now. We almost cooked the bacon in its package because we forgot to take it out of its package and turn the wrong burner on. I got sauerkraut boiling. We made raspberry curd. And now I'm doing the Jewish apple cake requested by Mr. Cox. My brother usually requests it too. And so when I text him, I said, he requested the apple cake. I know that this gets like it's annoying. So I said, you're like, come on, I'm gonna have apple cake and all that. He's like, I don't care about that. We both burst out laughing because if anybody requests this, it's him, and he requests it a lot. A lot, a lot. So I have it's not gonna fit in there. Okay. So what is it? Oh, 2 teaspoons. So that's one. I need 4. 2, 3, 4. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Half teaspoon of ginger. Not ginger. Nutmeg. Nutmeg. This is like such a fall. It's such a fall dessert, but I mean, it's apple cake. Is that like bad? Kim. Boogie says meow. Aw. Aw. Salt and baking soda. Teaspoon of baking soda. There's that. Let's put this away. Half teaspoon of salt. I had to teach. Well, I always stayed in the kitchen with my grandmother, who was this from scratch baker, and she was always like, Kim, always stand over the sink when you're measuring out your salt, because if you do it over like your mixture, and you go too far, well, you can't take it out. So one time I was like watching my mom, and she's like that, and she put too much in, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, what? And I'm like, first of all, you just spilled all over. So now there's more than what's called for. And she's like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, it was your mother that taught me. How did you not know? What the hell? All right, so salt, and then I need to put in 1 teaspoon of, I'm not going to use my vanilla paste. I am going to use my extract. And like, with vanilla, you just measure with your heart. It calls for 1 teaspoon, but a little extra is not going to kill anyone. I think they tell you 1 teaspoon because they always know people are going to put like 1.5 to 2 in there anyway. So there's that. All right, let's get this together. And then we got to cut the apples. I want one of those attachments that like sit on the side, so you could just like dump your dry ingredients in instead of it like being a full-on nightmare. But here we are. I put the vanilla in there. Come on. So we'll just dump a little bit in at a time. Don't gasp. It's gonna get thick. She's gonna be thick. Oh, turned it off. I thought, oh my god, she died on her. She died. But it does. It actually equals 10. Bechamel sauce. A bechamel. Sorry, the bowl butts in your face. Sorry that the bowl butts in your face. Let's keep you together. It's starting to get thick now, and then when the apples get in there, it's a mess. It's like a wow. Hi, Andre. Happy Easter Saturday. All right, and we'll dump the rest in. This is the first time I haven't made a true mess. I gotta get a new bowl. I just have to get a new bowl that locks in. This is supposed to lock in, and it's a liar. False advertisement on the Zon. Complete false advertisement. It's probably why I don't bake that much. Because then I forget, and then I come back to wanting to bake, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I have a metal one, but I don't like using my metal. I only use my metal bowl for like the whipped creams. That's what I do. Daphne has a nice butt. She does. She brings all the boys to the table. All right. That's pretty mixed up. All right. Hey, burn the bacon. Package, then do that. That's all good. We're cool. We're good. Everything's fine. As I need. I didn't use these. Put everything over here. Nice and neat. Nice and neat. I definitely need a new bowl though. Okay, apple time. This is a cutting board, so. Yeah, I use one red apple. And I believe this is a Fiji. It calls for 4 cups of apples. Again, I always put, like it might be just a little bit over 4 cups, but I do like it. You know how apples, like some of them are like real crisp and you snap into them, where others are a little bit gritty. I like the grittier apples for this because it just breaks down in the cake. Because I will put a granny in there. That'll keep that'll give it that like the apple bite. I just mix my fruits because it's my rule. But if you were following the recipe, like just reading the recipe, it's 4 red apples. I guess you could do granny, but I mixed them. Because why not? Rules are meant to be broken. Mr. Kazi's like, can you just put extra apples in there? And I was like, no, because baking is literally a science. Like, if it calls for, like, you can get away with the vanilla, but you can't put like extra flour or extra baking soda, baking powder, or anything like that because it's a science. Like baking, you really do have to follow to a T. So, all right, let's peel a pear. I guess you could just use pears in this too, like just the base of the cake. You like any kind of like fall fruit, I guess you could say. Oh, you know what I bought? Mr. Kazi's going to like this because, we're always trying to find new recipes. I've never had a date in my life. I mean, I dated Mr. Kazi. I mean, a fruit date, right? I've never eaten a date. Because I'm not a raisin lover and I just always like, they just are in the class of a raisin. So I'm just like turned off by them. But I've been seeing like a lot of recipes that are like the natural, like the Earth's natural peanut butter cup. So I saw dates. Hold on. They're right here. Organic medjool dates. And they're already pitted. So it says you just put peanut butter in there and drizzle over some chocolates, and you have like a natural peanut butter cup. So I'm gonna try that. Not this weekend because there's just a lot of dessert. So, all right, I have my fruits. We'll see what this renders. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to find things like I know all of the fruits and that sort of thing have natural sugars in them, and I'm supposed to be watching that stuff. But Come on, I have a sweet tooth and I'm not going to deny myself. Even if it takes longer for me to lose this damn weight, I'm going to have the dessert if I have the craving because then I'm just going to want to eat, like pick at everything else and I'm not supposed to graze. Like grazing while you have the weight loss surgery is just as bad as just, not getting protein in. So we're going to try the dates. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Medjool dates are supposed to be super sweet, but in a health way. Yeah. Well, they say it's nature's candy. So I don't know. We'll try it out. We tried out those damn brownies and I had to throw both batches out because they were just the grossest things I've ever made. And my husband said he's been like, he uses my um he carries my resume around with him everywhere he goes, like meaning, his belly. And even he said, it's like, babe, I've never had anything bad come out of your kitchen. That was really bad. I said, I know. I warned him though. I said, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to like this. If I don't like it, you're not going to like it. Oh, no. My apple's too big for the cutter. All right. Well, at least we got it started. Damn. That's a girthy girl. That's a Rosie of apples. He is a sweet date. 4 cups of apples. It's 4 cups of apples. And again, I don't follow the rules. I mix my apples and I put pears in it. So it's going to be a total of 4. But we're just going to have different ones. It's how I've always done it. I've always made it this way. I'll always make it this way. I stand by what I said. Yeah, so this is... Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Let's just do it this way. I got to figure out, is this a Fiji or a Macintosh? I can't remember. But I don't understand why there's so many... Obviously, make sure all the bits and bobs are... All right, let's put this here. Just throw this so that I only have 1 napkin. Should we measure? Should we? Like, is it going to matter? I think Mr. Kazi bought this. This is a 4-cup measuring cup. I want this. Well, you go there, sir. Put that there. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, you can do uniform cuts. I don't, because it's a hearty like cake, I am going to post the recipe because I've made this. I put it on my board, my community post before, and a few people have made it, and they really enjoyed it. So, all right, let's get some green in there. Got to keep it mixed. Rosie's itch. Well, she's girthy, like Rosie. What's going on there is wild. It's purely wild. I mean, it's always been, right? Any of the girls. All right. Those hard pieces near the seeds. That's what I like to get off. No. Don't be doing that shit. If it's a Fiji, that would make it a Japanese Jewish apple cake. Oh, very funny. All right, there. And then we're over here prepping. We're in the middle of making a Jewish apple cake. Not a cheesecake, but a Jewish apple cake. Now let's get some pears involved so we have like a variety. Happy Easter. Edna, I'm not sure if you celebrate Easter, but if you do, I hope that you're having a good weekend. You got some good stuff on the menu going. I keep missing your lives. You're fighting with Bailey. I'm like, oh boy, what's going on there? Edna doesn't usually fight. What the hell's happening? I'm not going to use these tails on the pear because they're just going to use my measuring cup up. So take the little skins off that we weren't able to get. Um, yeah, more red apple. And again, this recipe says like I'll put out exactly how many minutes because I swear every freaking time I make this thing, I'm like, how did it really take that long before? Every single time. They say 40, like 45, 50 minutes. There's absolutely no way with how thick this cake is that it takes that amount of time. Right? Some more green apples in there. That all. I don't really have too much to do after this. I just got to mix the potato salad together. All right, so it's looking like I might get 4 apples or 2 apples and 2 pears. I'll make sure I have. I'll make sure that I use most of the apples, and then I'll just use the rest of the pears as filler, because we're almost there. So, all right, and then don't forget you got to put. You can put walnuts or pecans. I just prefer pecans because I feel like walnuts dry out cakes for some reason. I might be able to get a couple more pears in here. These are scraps. Yeah, I have 3 slices of pears left. Seeds everywhere, but we got three seeds. I mean 3 slices. So this is the garbage. Okay, there. All right, Daphne, here comes your test. Thing. Here comes the test. If you're going to make it. Hi, Chris. How are you? Welcome in. Good morning. Did you bring your coffee? Bacon potatoes. Yeah. It's so simple too. It's got I use red potatoes. I burn the bacon like to the point of like burnt, and then you pour just 1 pound, and you pour everything, grease and everything goes in. It's the only time I do that. I don't save bacon grease. I don't have a jar, but I use the bacon bits and the bacon grease, and then it's like a little under 3 pounds, so I'll only use like 8 boiled eggs, onion, mayonnaise, mustard. It's simple. It's it's breakfast in a bowl. No. I'm making a Jewish apple cake. Yeah, I just feel like walnuts take a little bit of they take a little bit of the moistness out of the cake, I feel like. All right, girl. I apologize in advance for the workout you are about to get. It's done. Who else in here has a KitchenAid that named it? I know Chris has Betty. Ozzy just joined the Ozzy just joined with her Lola, and I have Daphne because she's sassy. I know. I told you, girl. This is going to look like a cake that's more apple than it is batter. Trust the process. It's a trust the process cake. All right. I don't measure. I don't measure pecans. It's just like vanilla. Does it really, like your nuts? Does it matter? That looks about right. And I think with apple, pecans are just so much better. Like there's like a better. You just called yours old, Jarella. Yours is Frank. Jersey. For 15 years, she doesn't. Jenny, it's like a thing. Google it. Google it. Kitchen aids are supposed to be named because they're like your assistant in the office, so it should have a name. But yeah, like Google it. It's a real thing. My girlfriend told me that, and said, "You always mess with me. You're just jerking me up, jerking me around. I'm going to name this appliance, and then I'm going to be made fun of, right?" So I was like, "I'm going to get her. I'm going to Google it." God damn! I dropped the whole paddle in there. And she's like, I said, it's called her, and I was like, I didn't know. So I had to think of one because, she's hot pink with sparkles, and I was like, she needs a good name. I got to get her a good name. And for whatever reason, Daphne popped in my mind, and there you have it. Daphne, the KitchenAid assistant. And then I realized that there was a Daphne on Scooby Doo, and I'm like, oh, okay. That wasn't it. Look at me. I'm gonna get ready. But listen, if I wipe my hands on my pants, I don't care. I just put them in the dryer. They don't go in the middle of the laundry room floor. Now, I will say that the last load of laundry that I have is, it could be like 3 to 5 business days before I take them out of the thing. Because sometimes I forget. They at least make it to the dryer and get dried. All right. Let me get the pan. Let me get the pan prepared. I have to put my spices away. All right. So the oven's on, so we're good. We are good to rock and roll. I also just a tip from my grandmother to my kitchen to yours. I get the little baking nuts, like when you go in the baking aisle and you get your like whatever kind of nut, walnut especially, pecans, like whatever kind of baking nut that you use, like when you open the bag and you don't use the whole bag. Whatever you have left over, always store in your freezer so they don't become rancid. I've always stored my nuts in the freezer. Especially if I open them and I don't use the whole entire bag at once. You're going to name mine Kimmy? Aw. Every small town in America used to have repair shops for all KitchenAid appliances. I think I have one here in the town I live in. They have like a vacuum cleaner repair shop, and I think he repairs the aids too. Mine are in the fridge now. Well, that's as long as like I keep mine in the freezer because I don't usually make like I have like in the summer I don't usually bake, so I'm like when the fall hits, I'm like, all right, I still have my nuts. They're in the freezer. I store my nuts in a special place that I can't let to share about. Shut up, Jersey. Don't be fresh. I mean, you can be fresh, you know that. My KitchenAid is red, so I think I'll name her Scarlet. There you go. Look at us. Look at us doing that. I have to take the trash out, so it's piling up. Now, is Ozzy still here? Because I have a question for Ozzy. Because I'm over. I use Baker's Joy, the spray for your pan, because it's got the flour in it. I use it once, and the nozzle, like, it's not even that the nozzle's clogged, like here, because I rinse it off, but it literally doesn't press down. And it's driving me nuts because every time I go to the store, I got to spend $4 to get this. Spray your bump real well. Real good. I don't know if like the wire in it gets clogged. Oh, look at that. We got a pair back there. All right. He's ready for this nonsense. Okay. Go get clean. No worries. All right. So it's real thick. My grandmother, my dad's dad, she was a baker, as far as like she had a couple of tricks up her sleeve. Like she would make an orange cake like from scratch, and cherry walnut cake, like using the maraschino cherries, and then a Jewish apple cake. But she used apple pie filling for the apples, but I don't know what the base of it was. I just know that she used that. And then she would sprinkle the walnuts on top. Okay. So this is what she's looking like. Now I'm going to put the timer on for 55 minutes, and then I'll check it then. And it's probably going to have to go for another. It'll go for probably another 20 minutes. Daphne, you're not done. The boys want parfaits too. All right, there's the app. There's the pears. All right. What are we talking about? It's Chris, it's called Baker's Joy. It has it's the non-stick like baking spray, but it's got flour in it as well. So it's just like there. This has it all in one, and it's just the spray. So that's why I like it, but it always gets stuck. Drives me nuts. If it's aerosol can, take the top off, run it under very hot water to clear the cog. Okay. It's not a joy because they don't. It's true. It's true. I knew I was going to be baking for Easter, and I'm like, I gotta get another thing, and I keep saying no. We're supposed to be boycotting this shit and just stop being lazy and do it the regular way. But when you have like a bunch of items on the menu, like finding like little shortcuts along the way are fun. At least here. So look at the raspberry curd so you guys can see what it looks like as it cooled down. again, it's not like a jam or a jelly. It's a curd. So, like, it's thickens quite a bit. But it's really good to put in uh the cupcakes. So, I hope this gets in this container. And we don't have bread in the house because we're both. I've really never been a big bread eater. Anytime I've gotten bread, I've always put it in the freezer because I don't eat it that often, and then I just pull it out as I need it and toast it or whatever. So, like, I can't even say, hey, I'll it's tart and it's sweet and it's good. But if you go on Ozzy's channel and you like do one of her breads, like her brioche bread that she did, and like you do a French toast with it, this would be great on it. It's just like it's curd. All right, here we go. All right, guys, give me just one sec so that I can get let me put this up here so I can get rid of some of these so that I can. Now, Mr. Kazi, I'll tell you what. Um, he when he went down for the surgery, he said, "I'm going to like." He did his research. He was going to stop. Like he was going to take and he was going to watch what he was eating, not necessarily go on a diet, but just kind of watch what calorie intake and stuff like that. So he started eating at a calorie deficit, and he was like watching his carbs and all of that stuff. I told him the other day, I was like, you look really good. Like, he can't see it, like, just like me. He can't see it, but I saw it. And then when we went on Thursday, he was wearing his coat, which used to be like not tight, but fit. And now it's like really loose. So he looks great. However, it's a holiday weekend. So he requested the Jewish apple cake and he requested coconut parfaits. So that's what we're going to do next. And they're like, that's not homemade pudding and all that nonsense. It's instant pudding mix. But I did get the sugar free. So he will I am cutting a corner there because it's going to be the sugar free pudding. So I don't know if that'll help. And it's made with heavy whipping cream. So it's like if you're keto or, carnivore, like it's got that in it. But it also has graham cracker crust with Biscoff, and so it's not great, but I guess you can modify it if you're sugar free, and because I really can't tell the difference in sugar free pudding and regular pudding. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows? It's just a few of these I gotta clean up because I'm gonna need the bowl, and I don't have a hand mixer. I don't want a hand mixer. I have a KitchenAid for a reason, and I have a hand masher for like potatoes. You can keep this, so I'm just ripping it off. So I have to rinse this bowl so I can make the parfaits. But anyway, Is this what they what Rosie calls like body doubling, like work with me and stuff? Oh, don't break. All right. Jeez. I was gonna say. So every time we pull Daphne out, there's an issue. Didn't break. False alarm. I'm telling you, when we get our house, and like when we sell this house and we get another house, my kitchen's going to be wide open. I don't want a galley kitchen. I don't want a small kitchen. I want windows in my kitchen. I I I don't think I've ever had a kitchen where I've had windows in all of the places that I've lived in. I've never had a kitchen with a window. But it gets freaking hot when you're in here for a couple of hours, especially if you're baking and the oven's on. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I think I'll make them the cupcakes for, Monday. I have a new person starting Monday. I have a doctor filling in for another doctor that's out. I just don't want them to get used to the idea that I'm in there baking and I'm going to bring stuff into work. It's like babysitting where I work. I'm not going to be baking on my weekends off because I got to calm myself down from what is due to me on the weekday. Nose is running. Get you all cleaned up. You know you're a pain in the asshole. I bought new pudding for. I had like a lot of the things like this bariatric is telling you, like if you have the sweet tooth and you want something sweet, use the yogurt or grind your cottage cheese up, and that's all well and good. That's fine because I like the yogurts. I love cottage cheese. It's just not the same as a dessert. But they're like, throw a like tablespoon of sugar-free pudding in there. I was like, you know what? All right. So I got a bunch of boxes and I opened them up so that I have access to just like a tablespoon instead of having like the boxes just lay around. You know what I mean? This was a clean towel. I just dried my dishes. Now it's going away because I used my mouth, because I used my face. Nuts, I say. Hold on, let me get this together. All right. Dry her up. But yeah, so you just use the sugar-free pudding. Okay. Coffee me. Jarella, I know. And that's, to be honest, I was really good. Like I was very not eating them, not I was staying away from it, right? I was. I tried the cottage cheese stuff and all that stuff, but it has come back with a raging, and I noticed that it comes back like once a month, like if I were to get, my period or something, and I don't understand. Like I haven't had my period in 5 years. But I feel like once a month I go through that rage and I need something sweet. So I'm just doing like the sugar free stuff and having something, even if it's a little bit. I had carrot cake the other day, which was full on carrot cake, and that was bad. But yeah, I like turkey. Hi, Dal. What bring others to the I want to share all about, but I don't think I'm allowed, or I'll become corrupt if I do. What are you sharing? I wasn't worried I would share my witness statements with God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. Ever since I remember, my life has been oddly different. Um, you should always share it. You should always witness. If some like we can witness, even if like there's others that don't believe. Like we're taught as Christians, we don't. We just, we talk about it. I'm not never going to deny that I'm a Christian or deny the Lord, but you witness, you tell your story. You just don't push it on someone. If they believe something else, then that's great. I want to learn about other things. I truly do. I like learning about other things. Crappy additives. Stay humble. Yeah. Mr. Kazi is really good on that. Like, he knows where in the Bible to find stuff, and he's really good. Okay. Now, I got to get the parfait things. Thanks for hanging with me. This has been a lifesaver because I was putting them in like my little ramekin jars. And I was like, walking in a dollar store, and I went down the party aisle because I had to get something, and I got these little cups. So I don't want to throw these pears out. Where am I going to put the pears so that I can eat them later? Put them right on the spoon rest. I'm going through an alarming amount of so I just line them up. This is the bad part. And ask Mr. Kazi. Every time I make this, I don't usually have them, but him and my brother usually eat them. So I don't usually eat them. And the last time I made that cake, I didn't eat it either. So that's good. Yes. Zero sugar stuff is a lifesaver for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to find I got the puddings. He's got the jello. I don't eat jello. So, but I do eat grapes, and grapes are like kicking my ass with the carbs. We've talked about this before. But I was talking to my therapist this week, and I'm like, like the carbs, I could eat a bag of chips and have less carbs than the grapes. I don't understand how I'm eating fruit and it's bad for me. I know natural sugars and all that stuff, but it's fruit. All right, so we got to get the graham cracker crusts. We got to put that in our bowl. I buy the one that's already broken, or crumbles already done. Why are my comments not going? I can't type on my MacBook very well. Oh, type. I'm just going to eyeball this. I put a layer on the bottom. And so I try to layer these. It doesn't necessarily always turn out for me, but and then all right, 38 minutes. Remember that. So I got to put it back at 37. Otherwise, we're going to burn this shit down again. What did we burn? Oh, we burnt the turkey bacon because I didn't have the timer on. High sugar and very, you eat the shit out of them. I know. Like I got a 4 ounce stomach. And I feel like I'm like, once you break stuff down, it's, the 4 ounces that you're eating, you break it down. It's like, it's not sitting in your stomach. But I can't be eating all these crepes. So I get a bag, I fill it up, I take it to lunch, and I snack on them. I'm like, I know I ate more than 4 ounces. 4 ounces is like 6 grapes. For like, you're not allowed. They do when you have the surgery. They they give you a time. Like, you can't. 37. All right, the timer's back on. I melted Biscoff, cookie butter. Yeah, because this is real good. And I mixed it in with the graham crackers. But they tell you when you first have the surgery, like, you're not allowed to have like salad for months after your surgery, because I guess it's just harder to digest and it fills you up fast. And you have like, you know, you have to eat protein, and salad will just fill you up. So they do tell you can't have the salad. Well, it's been months since I had my surgery. So I got a salad while I waited for Mr. Kazi on Thursday. And I'll tell you what, I had like 3 forks of it. Like, literally just 3 forks of, and I made sure I had chicken on it because I got a chicken salad. And I was like, holy crap, I can't eat any more of this. I just can't eat. And then now I'm like, oh, now I know why you can't eat salad. All right, so you want it where it's going to be like a real thick crust so it sits, you know? But, ugh. This reminds me of those eggs that Ozzy was making. It was like really thick. She's able to pull them out and like ball them up. Okay. Workout. I am sweating. Standing next to the stove. Good night, Jenny. Have a good one. Slice up fresh strawberries and sprinkle with a teeny bit of lemon crystal light powder. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. I'm not a big strawberry fan, but I do have my crystal. That's all right. So did I tell you that my unflavored protein powder is not mixing in my coffee anymore? It's like clumpy and gritty and all that. So I have Crystal Light, and I got the raspberry lemonade. So I put my unflavored protein powder in that, mix it all up. It works like a charm. I'm like, oh, look at that. I'm drinking Crystal Light and I'm getting protein. It doesn't change anything. Are you asking me about that? About the protein powder, it's like, it makes it a little like, the unflavored protein makes it a little cloudy, but you can't taste it. It's not thick. It's not gritty or anything like that. You do have to use a hand blender though, like an immersion blender. All right. So put a little bit at the bottom here. And then I'll show you a trick. Make like a little crust. It's really good. And like, I think it's like 3.5 pounds. I got it off of Amazon. I got a small bag just to try it because, that shit's expensive. So I did get a small bag to try. And I was like, this really works and it's good. It's not gritty and all that stuff. So when it was time to replenish, we were just, looking at things and we're like, well, it's cheaper if we buy like the 3 pounds because it's only like 3 pounds is $70. That's how expensive it is. So, I mean, it's costly. All right. And then I'll just have a couple of little crumbles for the middle. So that works out. And I just take the cup and I squish it down. And that's never happened before. That must have a lot of butter in it. Um, so it's easy. It's cheaper to actually buy the bigger bulk, but it's freaking expensive, man. And I told him, I'm like, that's just part of our groceries now. Like, I have to get protein because I can't eat a lot of food. So we just have to, I have to, because I'm the one that stresses out about that shit. I just have to realize that that's just part of the grocery bill. And that the 3 pounds that I'm talking about, it did last a month. It did last a month. And I use it every day. And if you want make like a pitcher of like crystal 8, which is like a gallon for me because I like it watered down. Um, it's 4 scoops to a gallon, so you get the 25 grams of protein in each 32 ounces that you're drinking. So I have to drink 64 ounces of water, and that gets me by. That gets me through. All right, so I'm done with the regular grams. Make sure all of the cookie butter is out of here because we're not wasting anything. Okay, we're just not wasting it. That'll make it a little more wet. I like really, really, really recommend it. It's called ISO Pure. ISO Pure. Unflavored. They have other flavors and stuff like that, but I just did the unflavored. Okay. So we got that. We got our bottoms done. Now it's time for the puds. We've used this and this. Okay. It does even itself out. It does. Mix it with a little water or milk before, see what that does. Well, that's what I I don't know. It just stayed clumpy and like I would put a little I put my like I do 8 ounces of my coffee. What else? I'm not giving up my coffee. So and then I would put the powder in and I did it since I got it. So I don't know what the hell was happening, but whatevs. Here we are. I found a use for it, so it's not like a total waste because that would have bummed me out. I can bake with it. You can bake with the unflavored protein, like, or I could put it in my oats, to do my overnight oats. So it wasn't going to go to waste. I just was like, damn, I like drinking my protein, and there's like not many calories in what I was drinking. Less calories with the Crystal Light, that's for sure. That is for sure. Where did I put the things? Oh, right. Make sure I got the wrong. I found the cheesecake sugar-free pudding too. I was like, well, I'm going to grab that while it's safe because I never see that. All right. This is 2 cups, right? We do 2 cups. I think I know how to make pudding by now. Here. I always do less. So, here's the dish. All right, I'm gonna do almost a cup and 2/3 because I'm making 2. And then we do some real, then I do the heavy cream. Because it just makes it fluffier and thicker and it's just that. It's just gooder. Look at that. That little container is exactly 2 cups. Who knew? Who knew? No. All right. Now we got to get the whisk for her. I don't usually put the pudding in the bottom because then it sticks to the bottom and then it just pisses me off because then I got to scrape it and it's like clumpy and I'm like, what the frick? What the frick? All right. 2 more things to do. You got your pudding in the whipped cream and you're good. All right. See, this thing doesn't sit right. I'm not doing this by hand. It's just not happening. I really do need to get a new bowl, hun. This is it's like borderline dangerous. Okay? I said it. It's in there. It's just it doesn't lock in place. I make the pudding first because it's got to sit and settle. More vanilla. Oh, unacceptable. I know, Jarella. It's like it's friggin' ridiculous. Stupid. It said that it was compatible. I just want to whip it a little extra because I put the whipped cream in there and let that air. Just because a lot of us know who Rosie is, I just want to point out that it's just a little over 2 hours and we've done 2 desserts. Some potato salad. We got our kraut on. I mean, I'm not going to have you guys hang out with me while I do everything. All right. So there's the milk. I can put the milk away actually. That away. And then I have more more whipping cream because I do the homemade whipped cream. I don't know. Look at this pudding. Well, Mr. Causey, it's sugar free, so we have to think about that. The texture might be a little different, but it is sugar free, and there's cake. You know what I forgot? I'm telling you guys. I have almond flour, I have oat flour, I have monk fruit. I got to get my powdered sugar for the other thing. Where's my coconut? Oh, I have a very small baking stuff is in one area. All right, let's just eyeball this. These are dry coconut flakes. That ought to be enough. I forgot to put them in the mixer, so I just got to put these in here. It's not a coconut parfait without the coconut. And a little bit of coconut extract. You like the KitchenAid website? Yeah, I was trying to be stupid. Just put a little bit in it. That's not, it's not, you don't have the same, the same rule does not. Did you see what just happened? Like it came out of there, it hit the one shelf, flipped over, and landed in the bowl. That was caught on tape. Doing magic over here in the kitchen. I was being like, not that I was being cheap because it wasn't cheap. I had the KitchenAid bowl in my cart. And then by the time I went to go check out, it was sold out. So I'm like, what the hell? And it said, you know, next best thing. I should have known better. I should have freaking known. All right, so the pudding is like, it's half whip, half cream, or half milk. So it's nice and thick. Now we got to clean this out so we can make the whipped cream. I didn't realize. I guess because I'm using it, like, I don't know. Oh, I didn't do a lot of baking this holiday season because I remember I broke it right before I started Christmas decorating because Flo broke my stones when we were doing the Christmas decorating, and I broke my candlestick. I was like, holy crap. In 1 week, I broke my bowl and my candlestick. In 1 week. So, yeah, this was around Christmas time or right before Christmas. I still whip it real good. Ha ha. Counterfeit supplements have pharmaceuticals in them. What's he talking about? He wants to know what vitamins to get now? Okay, so we have the pudding. I'll put here on the tail so it's not on the stove. Come back, darling. I did get a stand. I did get her to like, so it's not like, the rubber feet aren't all over your counter. I did get her like a little slider. I like that. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, but duped there too. Duped, I tell you. All right, now fight me. I don't measure my whipping cream. I just looks good. No. Oh, where's the vanilla? That's what jumped out. I know that that's not enough. All right, that's my coconut. That's butter. I want that there. I have so much stuff up here. Lemon. Well, let's put a little bean in it. It's Easter. Let's use some bean paste. That's definitely enough. This is potent. Did you get the bean paste, Dorella? Did you get it yet? All right, and then some powdered sugar. Uh, you guys, thanks for hanging out. You've been from the beginning. Thank you. I know a lot of people come in and go. Saturday, got things to do. All right, we gotta taste test this when it's time. babe, they didn't stay out. They didn't do the lawn that long. They were pretty much. I don't know why they were here on Saturday. Our days are usually Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. So I hope that's the case. And I don't want them doing it on Saturdays. All right, this got to go high. You guys it? Gotta watch this. Otherwise, it just like, it'll turn real quick. Oh, thank you, Nico. He knows like every lyric for every song. It's wild. It's wild. All right, let's start me up there. Now, that's perfect. That is perfect. You always got to taste it, make sure. Okay, so this is done. Put this stuff away. Where's this go? Um, the coconut goes in. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab some coconut because we garnish with the coconut. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit so I can put this away. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. That goes. Oh, what are you doing, Kim? That goes there. My powdered sugar. Oh, no, this goes here. Goes there. Monk fruit goes here. Ugh. I really did. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, oh, I saw a recipe that calls for that. I might as well get that now. Otherwise, I might not have it. When the mood strikes, I'll bake. And then here we are. Okay. All right, Daphne, I think you're done for the day, babes. Okay. So now we got our cups. You know, my brother's taking most of these home, right? He's gonna have to take these home. All right, so put a layer in. I'm not left-handed. I shouldn't be doing this left-handed. Tater, if you're still here, like, is this something like the pudding, not the crusts or anything like that, because it's sugar free and it has like the heavy whipping cream? Is that something that you would be able to eat, like your husband? And I just layer it out. She might be making her brunch. So, Mr. Kazi, if I ever like bite the dust. You know how you're watching me make your parfaits. You know how to do it now. You see the secrets. The secrets of when I'm in here. I smell the cake bacon. It smells really good. There's 12 minutes on it. 12 minutes. So it's just a nice little layer. And then these cups are lifesavers too, because then you don't have to clean dishes. They just scoop and eat, throw out. And he, like, when he was resting and, like, you know, taking it easy, he was making jello. So I told him, I'm like, make the jello and put it in there too. All right, we need another spoon because we need this now. Well, you can see the beans. You can see the beans. Put a little dabble, do you? I have to see just a little bit so I can put it on top of each one. I just feel like coconut is such an Easter thing. Yeah, you get the coconut eggs. Now look, I went to that damn Dutch wedding or Dutch wagon, and that's like, that place is pretty dangerous. The bakery and the candy section. I got each a small chocolate bunny. You have to have a chocolate bunny. And then I got us the chocolate cross and my candy deviled eggs. I should show you guys what they look like because they're real cute. I got sprinkles. They have every color imaginable, so they had like pastel ones. I don't have any pastels. I'm like, well, let me grab them. They're not too expensive. So I got those. I got my black bread. You have to have black bread for Easter, or at least my house does. That's my menu. And I was out of there. Hi, Blacks. Mrs. Mud Duck, how are you? Happy Caturday. Happy Easter. We're making parfaits now. You guys have been hanging, doing all kinds of stuff with me. Getting my desserts done. Boys will be extremely happy that they got their desserts. But I don't know why I started talking about the Dutch wagon. I'm sorry. Oh, the coconut. I didn't go ham in the candy section. I did buy my brother a special little treat. He likes those French burnt peanuts. So I did get him that. All right. So that's one layer. It's the crust, the pudding, the whipped cream. Now, oh, how did that clump up? What are you doing in here, Bo? Now, just going to sprinkle a little bit of crust in the middle. I'm going to show you those deviled eggs because they're cute as can be, and I like they're solid chocolate. Oh, damn, I forgot I got to make those too. Shit. There's a lot of cooking that goes into like holidays. And I just realized, like, my mom does a lot of the main courses on Christmas Eve, but I do Easter, so it evens itself out. Sometimes I feel bad. Like, I get certain things and I'm in charge of certain things for the menu, but She's in charge of like the crab cakes. Ah, I only got a little bit for these two. That's all right. You'll survive. You'll survive. Put that there. Okay. That is complete. Another layer of hoods. Look at me, I'm doing it backwards now. Talk about Polish. I thought you were going to have some extra pudding left over, hon, but turns out it's looking like you're not. Looking like you're not going to have any pudding for today. I mean, you can have one of these if you want, but... Okay. Oh, I need this. Need the spoon. We're all coming over tomorrow. I almost forgot Jewish apple cake. Yep. Blacks, we have our traditional family Easter. I have the like kibasi and sauerkraut is the main thing. And then like that's warm. And then we usually have just like all colds. So macaroni salad, potato salad, deviled eggs. I'm making their dessert now. They wanted coconut pudding parfaits. So they got that. And by they, I mean my husband and my brother. Um, the Jewish apple cake. What else do I have? No, I just have the potato salad, kibasi, sauerkraut, coleslaw, mac salad. But this is coconut. The graham cracker has Biscoff. So it's a Biscoff crumb with homemade whipped cream and sugar-free instant jello pudding. So we have that. These look good. You can't see the layers because I don't know. I smushed it all up, but whatever. You know the layers are in there. You're watching me. You know they're in here. This would probably be like a good, like with that graham cracker and the Biscoff would probably be good if I like smashed banana in it, right? Yeah, that's coconut. That's coconut, all right. Just a little bit of whipped cream on top, and then I sprinkle it with some coconut. And then oh, I might not have enough. Ooh. Ooh, we might not have enough. I at least got to get a little bit on some. Oh, nuts. Oh, nuts. Well, I think one's going to be plain, and then I'm just going to do this one. I think that's what's going to happen. One's bald, doesn't have a hat. Easter's canceled. You don't like banana or coconut? What? I mean, you don't have to. It's a preference. But banana pudding, I'd like to have like a real southern banana pudding. I mean, I'm just over here mixing instant pudding together. They do have instant pudding banana, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I just got the cheesecake, and I'm thinking, I don't know about that either. But it is what it is. All right. I know your heart is happy that you got these because you threw this on my list. And then sprinkle, sprinkle. You can't even see the coconut. I guess the thought's there. It's there. Oh, you got paused. Voila. So those are the parfaits. They like them. Let's get them in the fridge. I feel like I'm not going to have any freaking room in here. The potato salad has to go in. Oh, I have just enough room for these. Okay. There. This here. All right, let's check the cake. I'm going to show you the cake and then we're going to get off of here. But let's check it. Let's do the test. That's actually fun. Oh, don't be brave. Do you see it? Why am I stalled here? Oh. And then I just flip it over, cool it off, and sprinkle with spray. I mean with powdered sugar. Like you don't have to, there's no icing to it whatsoever. Holy smokes. Look at that. I'm suspicious of that, why it didn't take as long as it usually does. Why can't I grip this? That was dumb. I should have put the. I'm glad that I put the timer on 55 minutes because it's done. You made butterscotch with peanut butter swirled on top for my hubby. He said it tastes like a Reese's. You might try it if you can find sugar-free butterscotch pudding. The only they have vanilla and chocolate sugar-free in my store. And when I went last night, I saw the cheesecake, so I grabbed two of those because I've never seen that before. I'd have to probably find that in Walmart or Amazon. One, I know. No, it showed, didn't it? Did you guys see the cake? Did you see it? I looked over and I saw it on screen. Oh, all right. All right, it's freezing. I'm gonna wait for a minute. Hold on. Hold the wire. All right, it looks like I'm moving now. Why is it freezing? I'm holding it until it doesn't freeze because it's weird. I'm not sure why it's frozen. Why it's frozen. But the edges get real crispy. Why is that doing that? Now that didn't happen. Why are we acting like a fool? Now you can see it, right? So the edges get real crispy. That's what I was saying. The edges get like real crispy. Let me see. That kind of bump pan that comes together, that comes out. So it's a nice cake. It's good. I love the ends. But that can why is this free? And that's my phone. There you go. Perfect. So there's the cake. Homemade Jewish apple cake. Now what I have to do is, and I'm not going to do this, like this sauerkraut, I put it away. Here. Sorry for the clanging. So basically, I just used 2 cans of sauerkraut, and I just dumped it in the pot with the brine and everything. Filled the pot with water and boiled it for an hour to tenderize the sauerkraut. And now I'll put it back in here, drain it, and then I will 2 onions. I'm gonna saute 2 onions with that, mix it together, and then saute it until it becomes like a drier sauerkraut so that it's not real wet. But that's pretty much what I do. The potato salad is now if it were the family that I was cooking for, I would do 5 pounds of potato, 1 pound of bacon, 12 hard-boiled eggs, mayonnaise and mustard. That's it. That's all she wrote for that. So you don't have to like. I mean, I'm gonna like cut up my hard-boiled eggs, peel my eggs, and do that. I did make. I did dye my eggs last night. My cute little eggs. Little color for the table. Can you see all of them? I made 2 purple and not an orange. Let me just show you that one deviled egg, and then we're gonna get out of here. These used to be freaking 99 cents. They're $1.99 now. It's it's a white chocolate like egg. And this here is Rice Krispies and white chocolate that's like dyed pale yellow. And then they put like little sugar crystals on top to make it look like a deviled egg. But it's solid chocolate. Yes, the Amish, yeah, that's where I get them. I've been getting these for like 20 freaking years. My grandmother got me started on this nonsense. They're so good. They used to be 99 cents. Now they're freaking $1.99. I'm like, what the heck? But, They're cute, right? This is a festive girl. No, and the Easter is like my favorite. And then when Christmas comes around, I'll be like, Christmas Eve's my favorite, but Easter's my favorite to like decorate and the foods. And I think because it's like one, what it represents, but two, like the foods and like the pastel colors. It's like everything's coming back. We're heading in like the spring and just it's just I don't know. It's my favorite. She did it. I try. I'm a street short. They have a lot of stuff there. They have a lot. I've tried all of them, and some of the things I don't like. But all right, so we did our cake, we did our parfaits. I got the bacon done. I did this Erica. I just have to saute that, put the potato salad together, and do the damn deviled eggs. Does anybody else hate deviled eggs? They take like me 45 minutes to make, and my brother demolishes them within 3 minutes. I'm like, dude, savor them. They're a labor of love. Okay. Easter was my favorite as a child. This live is so heartwarming. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Edna. It's just like a hang with me. Like, I do stuff and that's how I do it. I don't know if everybody does it that way. If everybody has the tricks. If anybody has tricks, they can let me know. I got to remember that butterscotch because I do like butterscotch pudding. I do. I definitely do like the butterscotch pudding. But I am going to go. I'm going to clean another sink full of dishes and then do my deviled eggs, my papers. Like, I just got like little things. It's like nothing that you need to, you know. But I'll put the recipe. If you want the recipe to the cake, I will put that on. I'll take a picture of the recipe and then I'll put it on the community tab. I we got to do 50 minutes though because I put it in for 55 minutes and it cooked in 55 minutes. So, anyway, I don't know why I'm freezing up. I will see you guys. I think somebody's gonna be going live like sniping Rosie, so I'll probably be in the chat because after this I'm gonna help Mr. Kazi do something and then I'm done for the day. Okay. I will see you guys later. Happy Easter and thanks for joining me. All right, guys, take care. I will talk to you soon. Bye.